Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? I'm going to try to switch my mic. That's not going to work. Okay, how's everyone doing? I'm going to be talking about family and karma, and we're going to be talking about, there I am, we're going to be talking about soul families and karma and reincarnation and all kinds of crazy things. And have you ever wondered why was I born into this family? Why was I born into this life with this sister and this mother and everything else? And there is a good reason for it. We have chosen the lifetimes. I'm going to do a free reading. I had this honor of a client paying me. She goes, I want to pay you, she's a regular client, to do a reading on air. And I want you to talk about the family drama that's going on right now because I'm sick and tired of it. I don't know what to do with it. I don't think I'm going to be able to last. My mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my in-laws are all fighting with each other. See, this is not even her immediate family. So not only is it, I'm stuck with the family, I'm married into it. Kind of have some free will there, right? We could just like get a divorce and walk away, but that's easier said than done. And why do we choose our family drama and our family karma and karma drama? Because you signed up for this. And I know that's hard to understand. My name is Holly from AskHollyHall.com. I am a life coach and a soul coach and a business coach. And I use my sidereal astrology, which I call Akashic astrology, or astronomy astrology, with a background education in philosophy and psychology, neurolinguistic programming, past life regression hypnosis therapy, clairvoyant, and remote viewing. And I wrap all of that together to work with my clients on a regular basis and to predict energies and timelines that are coming to them in the future, along with my clairvoyance and my remote viewing, to help them make the best choices to manifest. And if you guys want to manifest, you're going to want to go on my website soon. I haven't put it up yet, but I've just started a new Telegram group. It's going to be a brand new Telegram channel, and anyone can join it for free. If you're on my YouTube, you can go there right now, and I've already added it onto my YouTube chat. It's free. I've already got one going on WhatsApp, but what I don't like about WhatsApp is it doesn't give you the history. So if you're brand new and you joined, it's empty. You haven't seen anything that's been added or what's been going on. So with Telegram, I can do that. So we're going to move everybody to Telegram. With that being said, I want to talk to you guys about, we're finally through the full moon, but we're entering into the lineup of Capricorn. The last lineup was yesterday. And right now, every single small planet is in Capricorn. Now, if you're following Western astrology, you're going to say, I beg to differ, Holly, because Western astrology is saying there's a big lineup in Aquarius right now. And that's not true. It's Capricorn. Go to stellarium/web.org and you will see Astronomically, an astronomy website that shows you everything's all clustered in the constellation of Capricorn right now. There's a bunch of science that backs that up. The Earth is on an axis and we're not looking in the same direction as we did about 1,000 years ago, but that's a whole nother ball of wax. Let's take a look at talking about family karma. Now, the research that they're doing at the University of Virginia on reincarnation, and yes, there's a department that is researching reincarnation, and it's real science behind it and studies behind it, is that many of us are not only born in the same location of where we were before, we are also born to the same family. Or what does that mean? You are your uncle, you are your mother, you are your father, you are your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your grandmother, your grandfather, your great-grandmother. Okay, you can't be your mother unless your mother passed away before you were born, but you can be your great-grandmother or your great-great-grandmother. Do you know what I mean? And if you understand that you are the evolution, you are the future of your family legacy, then you can't get angry at your great-grandmother who abused your grandmother that your mother grew up in, and now you're reaping the benefits of that abuse. You can't because you are your great great grandmother. Now, I do past life regression hypnosis therapy, and I have witnessed this firsthand that my clients remember their family members now as their family members then. And it's a really unique technique that I have that allows people to understand which one is part of your family now. So much so that I had a client who had a very bad relationship with her mom and dad. And now, because of the past life regression, and she could see the dynamic because we enter into 3 lifetimes, that dynamic has drastically changed. Like, they are getting along like there's no tomorrow. It's unbelievable. Once you understand why you're here, this is what is probably my biggest pet peeve. Hi, Randy, about astrology is that people look at me as if I'm a fortune teller, as if I'm going to predict their entire future. And of course, that future prediction is everything that they want. When they're going to be rich, when they're going to find the love of their life, when they're going to have children, when they're going to find that dream house that they've always wanted, when are they going to lose that weight, when are they going to get healthier. I did a whole reading today from he saw me on Jimmy Church, and he's close to 80. Okay, close to 80 and suffering with severe autoimmune disorders. If I didn't do astrology, I could literally have a whole channel about my journey through all of my autoimmune disorders, RA, adrenal fatigue, CFS, ME, like you name it, and what I have done to overcome that since I was a kid. And this enables me to help a lot of my clients. But I could see astrologically where it was hitting him on his chart. So I said, your feet, your hands, your neck and shoulder area. And he's like, how do you know that? That's exactly where it all is. And then I can pinpoint the trauma, and I can pinpoint where I even said to him, I said, you worked in a field where you were either in combat or you were it was a very like manly, masculine job, like a cop and no disrespect, women. I'm not saying that you can't be, okay. I'm talking about stereotype where you're a police officer or a cop or a sergeant, or you worked in an emergency situation. Well, he was a veteran, and he worked 30 something years or more, in the Army. And he was high ranking, like he went up pretty high up. So this is fascinating that I can do all of these things. And on top of it, as my client knows, which you're going to witness me doing a free reading now, is I can take a look at why did you choose the family that you chose? And you need to know this to make peace with your life, to make peace with your childhood, okay, in order for you to understand why you chose them. When you're going through a soul ascension or a soul rebirth, before you're born, you check off these boxes, right? You check off these boxes that you want to accomplish. Some of those boxes are lessons, sort of like education that you want to go through to upgrade. And other ones are accomplishments that you want to achieve to either help humanity or help, your soul family or your soul circle. And when you go through a soul ascension or a soul rebirth, and they're about 2-year pockets in your life, and you might have 1 or you might have 4. You're not going to have much more than that. But you might have 1, you might have 4. These are ones that I coin. And you might have none, to be honest with you, but I haven't seen that one yet. But it's possible. It is possible. And this is when you check a box. This is when you get the diploma. This is when you get the degree. You've got the accomplishment. You're being upgraded. And so Melissa is in the room. I just love these lives. Thanks so much for doing these. You're so welcome. She's the one that has asked to want to know what's going on with her family trauma and her family drama. And I really love coming on your lives. I learned so much. Thank you. You're welcome, Star. I appreciate that. And I'm here 5 days a week. I wasn't here yesterday, had a giant hiccup that day, and I got stuck got stuck in a snowstorm. Okay. I'm in Toronto area and we are just being attacked with one snowstorm after another, after another, after another. Like it's never ending and it's driving us all crazy. So let's take a look at Melissa's birth chart. And I want to see if now I'm doing astrology, sidereal astrology. Can I do a screen share? And screen share is easiest with 2 monitors. Okay, I'm not even going to try to mess with that because I have done screen shares and it didn't work out. So we're going to talk right away. Now, she is born June 26, which she would think that she's a Cancer, like the sun sign of Cancer. You are not only your sun sign. You are so much more than your sun sign. In fact, in Vedic astrology, sun sign is number 3. The first one, and sometimes number 4 of most important, if you had to label what's most important. And that is the ascendant comes first, the moon comes second. Sometimes Rahu, or the north node, comes third, or the sun. Because the sun is what you're here to learn in this lifetime. So you've got a whole new outfit or a whole new attitude. And that's what you're here to learn. But you're not, that's not who you are. It's not the essence of who you are. The essence of who you are is mostly the moon, and the ascendant is how people see you when they first meet you. They don't even meet your sun sign right away. So we're going to take a look at the ascendant with Melissa because her ascendant is in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius people, even though she is a Gemini and she thinks she's probably a Cancer. She has Cancer in her chart. She has the sign of Cancer in her chart. It's in her Venus. It's how she loves. She's nurturing and caring and coddling and supportive. She wants to be the shoulder to cry on with the people that she loves. Now, when she emailed me, and maybe she can respond, and I'll look back and forth on the response here, but it seemed there was almost an urgency to it. I'm done with this. I'm getting pissed off. Like they can freak off. But really, when it comes down to it, she's loyal and she cares about the other people that are getting hurt. It's not about her getting hurt. It's not about her being mad. It's not because they're interfering in her life. It's because she's really cares about all the people involved in this and how hurtful this has become. Now, because she does have a Mars in Gemini and Sun in Gemini, and the sun sign is being hit right now, soon. It's going to be hit soon. And this is the part that frustrated her. I told her when all of this would be over, when we did a live the last time. And she wasn't satisfied with that. She's like, I'm not dealing with this until May of 2027. I'm done with it right now. Well, it's going to amp up in June of 2026. And that's about the gossip and the talking behind the back, the double talk, and people saying things that are not true and getting in head-to-head verbal battles about this. Now I'm going to take a look at my YouTube and see how she's resonating with it right now. She says, wow, yes, you are so right. So it's not that she's I'm just fighting with people all the time. She's not the one in the battle. She's witnessing her husband getting hurt. She's witnessing her children getting hurt. She's witnessing his relatives that she loves getting hurt. And this seems to be stemming from the highest hierarchy. Now, normally that would mean the father is the one that is the highest hierarchy, the hierarchy in the family. In this case, it can also be with the mother, a combination of the two. But I'm feeling that the base of it is a father or male energy, and there's health-related issues around this. There's health-related issues around this, and she's really concerned that this is going to be detrimental not only to her health, because it is going to start affecting her health, but it's detrimental to the health of the people that she loves. Now, interesting, and I wonder if that resonates with her, is She's in the healthcare industry. I know she is. I remember this as a client. She's a client of mine, and she does telehealth. This already tells you that she is somebody who cares, right? And she says, "Yes, I do take care of my father-in-law." The drama that's going on with the family is that she has taken on the health concerns or the health care that nobody else is doing because they're got all their own agenda, that she can't pull the weight anymore. She doesn't wanna walk away from it because her loyalty, her Mercury is at 29 degrees, which means when we have I always forget the exact name, for it, but it's kinda called a king planet. So when you have 29 or 30 not 30, it doesn't happen to 30, but when you're in the 29 range before it goes to it's hard to explain, but before it gets to 1, you are you have a king planet, and that means that is your highest gift that you have to contribute to the world. It's the highest significant critical degree that signifies culmination, intense experience, and karmic completion. Before you can be satisfied or satiated that your family, that your karma in this life, and we have karmic debt and karmic credit. Okay, so karma's not all bad. You need to utilize communication and conversation to bringing people down to earth. This is the finish line for Melissa. The finish line that she needs to deal with the lack of communication and conversation that's happening within this family dynamic, and the sun is in around health issues. It's like she signed a contract. I will take care of you when you're unhealthy. And through that unhealthy time that you're in, I'm going to help heal, because she's a healer, your family dynamic. I've signed up for that job. So let's put it this way. Let's say you go to school to become a nurse. And Randy has made a comment, and I want to address Randy's comment as well. And if anyone wants to have a reading done next, but I'm going to be doing this for about another 10 minutes, okay? And then I'll write down your your comments as well. Sorry, the birth information that you have. Let's say you go to school to become a nurse. You've gone to school to become a nurse, and you want to work in trauma, and you want to work in pediatrics, let's say, and in trauma. When you first get there, you're brand new. Okay, you've got specialized treatment in trauma and pediatrics, and you're working for a children's hospital. Okay, this is a scenario. You are going to get the jobs that anybody that's seasoned or experienced or been there a while they don't want it, right? But they know you're capable of doing it. They're not going to give it to you when you're not capable. They don't want it. So let's say that's going around and giving vaccines to the kids or taking blood from the kids. And that's like you're the vampire, right? You're the scary person that's going to poke them and hurt them. And you're going to go, why? Why would I sign up for this? Why would I go to school to do this? I have to be, I'm the person the kids don't want to see, knocking on their door. But that's what you need to do to work your way into a position that you do want to do. You're not just going to go like, you know what? I quit. I'm done. Forget about my 6 years of schooling. Forget about these kids that need my help. I'm not doing this. If I can't get like the best scenario, then forget it. I'm done. You're not really a healer if you're doing that. You don't really want to help children if you're being self-serving like that, right? Well, this is what our soul does too. Our soul knows that we signed up to be a part of this person's life. I ripped up my contract with my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law, LOL. I want no more with them. Right, because they are making it difficult for your father-in-law to be healthy and to be happy because they're interfering. Correct me if I'm wrong. next life. No, you don't want to do this in your next life. You want to get this over with now. And this is going to be a year. Now, I'm going to tell you the best thing that you can do for yourself is life coach with me. No, it is a really great idea. Actually, I've got a lot of clients, but no, you can skip the money that it would cost to life coach with me and take, yes, they punish him. They punish him. You know what it is though? It's about money. For your family, they're greedy, and it's about possessions. It's about property, and it's about finances. And that's the part that drives you nuts. Now, I'm not going to say if you gave me his birth chart, I could take a quick look at him too. But I believe this is a big lesson for him. Territorial, because they're territorial. Yeah. My life coaching for Canadians, I give you guys a pretty good deal so that you don't have to pay a lot of exchange with this 35%. I don't know. Our dollar is so bad and it's only going to get worse, guys. So if you want to do like a monthly subscription where you pay $200 to $300 a month, I can't remember which one, then I can do the math later, and you pay monthly, then you get 2 sessions a month with me. But what's really cool with my coaching clients is, by the way, sign up for my Telegram group. If you're in my YouTube now, you're going to see it in the chat because that's a free manifesting group that I have. And I'm going to link it on my website after I'm done this. I haven't, because it's a brand new group. I'm moving my WhatsApp group over there. Now, she's telling me that the mother-in-law, which would be his wife, I take it, is April 3rd, 2039. So she has to fulfill this contract for her to move on in this lifetime. Now, I'm going to recommend a book or any videos that you want to watch by Mel Robbins. Let them. My daughter recommended this book to me, and it's brilliant. Let them. Read the book, listen to the audio book, whatever it takes. There's supposed to be a section in there for parenting or parents, because basically, Melissa, you become the parent. But I'm not finished it yet, and there's no actual, title of a chapter that says that. So we're going to look at, and this will help her get a clear understanding of that's your father-in-law's birth date. Okay, so this is a lesson that your father-in-law is learning because he had some greed, possession. He had a bad money story. And he needed to, I want your mother-in-law's birth date as well, April 3rd. And this is a karmic legacy, a karmic thing that he's learning. So he has a tendency to be very outspoken, very sarcastic, and he does stick his head in the sand when he doesn't want to deal with stuff. He's very distant. And you're going to see in June, he's going to be very distant and very detached. And he can be very critical. So he's got some bitter, angry children that lived with a critical father that might have been very outspoken. He always had to be right. He always had to be correct. And now they're pulling their weight around, because I'm thinking he's got dementia at this point. He's got a Mercury in Pisces. So most likely he's got some strong cognitive behaviors, negative cognitive functioning. And I'm not a medical professional. Please do your own due diligence. But now they have the upper hand. Now they have the strength cognitive wise. He's actually become more of a happier person, a less critical person at this time. And although he's still stubborn, you won't be able to tell him what to do and how to do it. I'm not saying he's not. he still has a say, right? But they've got the upper hand now. Oh, yes, you are so right. Okay. So, really, what you want to know is how do I deal with the mother in law and the sister in law, even though you ripped off the contract? If you ripped up the contract, if you literally ripped up the contract, then you wouldn't be coming to me with your problem. Because even though your father in law is still around, you're dedicated to his care. I don't see that changing. What you want to do is because you haven't ripped up the contract, if they're still bothering you, and they're still bugging you, and their behavior is a focus of yours. If you guys have your birth date or your birth information and you have a question, I like her 5-second rule method. Yes, yes. I like Mel Robbins. Thank you. My Telegram, I'll put it in my askhollyhall.com. I'll put a link there. I'm going to replace my WhatsApp with that one. But if you go there now and there's a WhatsApp, just text me on WhatsApp and or email me at holly@askhollyhall.com and I'll send it to you. But it's going to be on my website soon. And it'll be on my profile on my TikTok and my YouTube as well. Yes, you always do great info. Okay. So let's and so if you've got some readings that you want to do, Holly is very accurate. Her readings are 100%. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. So I'm going to get back to Melissa. We're going to look at the mother-in-law. Randy says, Holly, I always have felt that I could not be a good provider to a wife, kids, because I feared that I would have continued the cycle. This is the root of a lonely life. June 15th, 63. But you have been a good provider. I did 2 readings. I did a few readings today, but 2 of them this is going to fascinate you guys. 2 of them were Gen Xers. Okay, my daughter's a Gen X. And one was a male and one was a female, born in 1998. One I'm not going to say wants to be, because she will be, a relationship dating coach. She's already got her master's in psychology. She wanted to know if she should get her doctorate in psychology before she proceeds to do this. I'm like, you look at all the relationship coaches out there. She even told me the ones that she follows. Esther Perel, Mel Robbins could be considered one of them, and 2 others that I hadn't heard of before. They didn't even have a degree in as a therapist. Like they weren't even therapists. And at the end of the day, she knows that Gen Xers are a really unique future of the idea of dating and relationships. So she's going to knock it out of the park. But she had to deal with her. What we focused on was dealing with her self-assurance that because she was saying, I'm not ready yet. I need to do this. I'm not ready yet. I need to do that. I can't approach this person because it's not ready. It's not the good time yet. And all of those are excuses because there's some kind of lack within you that's holding you back. Now, one of them was logical and intuition. Her intuition and her logic's very, very strong. But the rest were just excuses because she'll never be ready. And so we worked through that. By the end of it, she knew she was stuck on 2 decisions. She was really stuck that she needed to go to finish school. But a part of her didn't want to do it at all. And she was just stuck there. Like she just couldn't move at all because she was stuck on that decision. And she has a black and white personality. So we unstuck her. She knew exactly what she needed to do by the time we hung up. 1 hour. Never had a session with me before. Her mother does. Her mother did on a regular basis. But that was it. The other one, this one's going to blow you away. No education at all. Got a job in a financial institute just to shadow someone. And they took him under his wing and taught him everything to do with investments. And now he's an investment advisor to some of the wealthiest people. But no sense of I'm worthy of love. I don't think love exists. I'm not worthy of love. And I'm going to tell you guys something. And this is a really important message for Melissa too. and Randy, because he's talking about being a good provider. Self-love, I wish I had a whiteboard here and I would talk to you about it. Self-love, actually I'm going to draw it out here, and money go hand in hand. So this young man said to me, "Oh, do you mean I have to find love?" I said, "Love and money go hand in hand." He goes, "So I have to find love in order to make more money or to can guarantee that I will continue this trajectory of making money?" I said, "No, not at all." And you don't ever have to be in love or find love. In fact, you can be the biggest arsehole to a whole bunch of people all you want, and you're still going to make money. It's in your chart. It's strong in your chart. He's going to be fine financially, but it will never satiate you, because one of the things in his chart was to come here to learn self-love, which is why he was born into a childhood where he had no love. I mean, I won't share this guy's story, but if you knew what the story was, he didn't get it anywhere in any shape or form. Love from people that you should get it from. Very similar to my mother's story, actually. So if we have love on one part and money on another part, they overlap. Okay, for you TikTokers, see the overlap? The overlap is the most important part for you to understand. The overlap and the most important part is right here. And I don't know if you can see that. I didn't get a bright enough thing, but see that middle, right? That is where they overlap. Many of us will search for a abundance or money or a paycheck because it gives us a sense of self-worth. I make money. I can provide for myself. I can provide for the people that I love. I must be worthy because someone's hired me. Someone's paying me. I'm doing a good job, so I'm getting paid. I'm hired. It doesn't matter if you're a plumber or you work in a factory or you're a dentist or a politician or you work from home and you babysit on weekends. You earn money. It gives you a sense of self-worth. But what we're also here to learn is to have love without needing the sense of self-worth. They're so separate. They're completely separate entities, but they intertwine in our daily lives now as we speak. Because the almighty dollar, it hangs over our head. It looms over us that you're not going to be happy or successful unless you have a paycheck or you have money or you win the lottery. Imagine that. Imagine if you won the lottery and you never had to work. You wouldn't just suddenly start loving yourself. It doesn't work that way. In fact, you might have a more difficult time because you're now like, oh, great. Now I just got me and my all four walls and my inner dialogue. Meh, 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 right? So this is why it's important to understand the self-worth part of it. So the MIL is the ex-wife. And the mother-in-law is the ex-wife. And my father-in-law wife died, and she is trying to get back in. Oh. Yeah, that's why it's about money, possessions. It's about money, possessions. And he's cognitively disabled to a point as well, isn't he? And they're humoring this. There's children from the first wife. So when you read the book, Let Them, that's what you're going to do. Don't get caught up in the dialogue. Don't get caught up in the gossip. That's your lesson for this year, Melissa, is that you're involving yourself in the conversation. And by being a mediator, you're dictating to them the truth, the facts about the situation. You're involved in the conversation. When you read that entire book, Let Them, or listen to it on audio, the first 3 chapters is pretty generic. I mean, I even read it and go, I teach this stuff to my clients. And I told my daughter that too. But I continued and I finished it because I'm not going to be skeptic. If I'm going to be a skeptic, I'm going to back it up with what I've done, my research. And no, when I got into it, and again, I still got a couple more chapters left to go, I literally must say that in my head 20 times a day. Let them, let them, let them, let them, all the time. And I'm not even talking with my clients. A lot of it has to do with my husband. My husband's a bit accident prone, and he's had a few of these accidents that are detrimental to me because it knocks me out for a few days, quite a few days, because I cater to everything that's going on. And I worry, like, is this going to happen again? How long is this going to last? And all this stuff. So when he goes like, I'm going to go do this and I'm going to go do that, right away, I'll be like, well, don't forget to do this and don't forget that and don't forget to take care of this and please be careful and da da da. I start doing that. Can I get you something to eat? I start doing that. I'm like, no, he's a big boy. He can ask me if he wants something, if he needs help. So I stopped for the most part. It's a bad habit to break. And I thought I was a let them person. Seriously. If anybody taught me that, is my daughter. But you can never finish learning something. There's always a further evolvement to anything. You never finish learning. So this has given me so much freedom. Us freedom as a couple. It's unbelievable. Okay. And I recognize it when people do it for me. That's really cool too. So if we took it now, the December 29th, 31, give me the birth date of the one that you have the most problem with, Melissa. The one that you got to have a dialogue with and you want to know how to handle it. How do I handle them? How do I treat them? How can I get the upper hand in this? How can I make this work? And October 27th, 1970, The Sister. That'd be a good book. The Sister. There probably is a book called that. It sounds cryptic and mysterious and dun 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 at the same time. If you're on TikTok, and you want to have a reading, I don't know if I missed any. You know what? I need to turn this over. There we go. I like the 5-second. Yeah, it's true. Okay. Then put your birth information there and your question, because that's how we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of it, is when you ask a question. Hey, Simply. Simply the best. She is the golden child. Don't tell me anymore. Don't tell me anymore. October 27th, 1970. Don't tell me anymore. Sometimes I hear that from people. They'll be like, well, my sister is like that, and my mother is like this, and my father behaved this way towards me. And then I look at them, and I don't see that was their motivation at all. I'll see a completely different motivation. So I can see how you see them, but how they see themselves, what they were really going through, where their behavior stems from. Happy Friday. Can you tell me when my husband will have a financial breakthrough? So we're going to, after Randy, and I know Randy's going to stick around, we're going to take a look at July 24th, 86. New York. Okay. This is probably gonna drive you crazy. She's gonna ramp up in July as well. So she's your problem in July. She needs to be right, and you like to be right. I need to be right too. I am self-professed person who does not like to be wrong. There's a motivation behind it for me, though. It's because of that I like to do the right thing and be the right person to the right people. And if somebody were come to me and said, she doesn't want to be your friend anymore because she thinks that you're not nice to her. And I'd be like, oh my God, I go out of my way to be nice. I want to be nice. I'm a nice person. right? That's my need to be right in that way. Because I won't be stubborn and say, I don't need to be right. I need to be right about this, so I don't need to learn anything new. And I'm not saying that you're like that either, because you're a very, very caring person, Melissa. But if she approaches you, you're not somebody who's going to approach them and go, you know what, I'm right and you're wrong, and you don't know what you're talking about. You're not that person. But if she does that to you, because she is a perfectionist, she is critical, but she also comes across as nicey, nicey poo poo and very accommodating and whatever makes you happy. I just want to do what makes you happy, but this is probably what's gonna work best. There's that underlying nicey nicey good girl person there, and there's a hidden agenda of, "I want what I want, and I will do what it takes by showing you that you're incorrect or you're wrong around it." And there's a part of her that's a bit of a bully, very pushy around it. Now, she has spent her whole life being that nicey, nicey person. Okay, she did. People walked on her. People walked all over her. And she's actually got a very strong legal background. So I don't know if she was a lawyer or she went to school for lawyering or she's very interested in becoming a lawyer. Hi from Ontario. Nice to meet you, my friend. Nice to meet you too. And but she does, have some understanding of the law. And in your mind, you think that this is all very premature and it's hurting people. She says, "Yes, I agree." Okay. The I want you, and she wins people over because she wants to be likable and she wants to be loved. So because she feels like she got shafted, like she got the short end of the stick, that she was that nicey nicey critical ex-wife who didn't end up with a partner. She had some resentment that he found somebody else and that she didn't ever. And because she raised the children, because she was there at the beginning of his success, she feels that she deserves a part of that success. What if you just let them? There's another really good movie. Star. Which one? I'm only awake for you. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay, Star. I'll make you next. Okay. So thanks for saying that. Okay, so there you go. I hope that works for you, Melissa, so far. I wish I could say it's different. I wish I could say it's all going to be over in June and July, but that's actually when it begins, and it's a 10-month cycle. And in that 10 months, it ebbs and flows. You will find you'll find your way through it by helping them. Let them do what they have to do to let them. That's the whole big lesson around this. So I wish I could say I can tell you how to bypass it and how to deal. Don't argue with her about who's right and who's wrong. Ask her, say, what would you like? What do you want to do? What makes you happy? Oh, that's what makes you happy? Okay, maybe we should take a look at just letting you do that. You can't save everybody. You can't rescue everybody. You can't save everybody from the unhappiness around it, but I totally get why you would. So we are going to look at Star, and Star wants to know if she's July, and then Randy's next, July 24. AskHollyHall.com is where you can get a reading. They're as low as $30, $33. July 24, 86. And New York Time, thanks for repeating that. And I thought you said your time was one. Okay, that's good. And that's your husband, and you want to know what his financial future is. And we don't have your time of birth, so it doesn't matter where you were born when it comes to that. Then I can look at the moon. Okay, great. His financial future is very optimistic. Oh my God, it was a shit show all last year and the year before. There was bosses, there was coworkers, there was systems and systematic systems in place in the organization, and nothing was organized, nothing was managed right, and there was almost like a bully. He felt very bullied in the last 2 or 3 years. But financially, he actually should be the one that's in a management position, in a leadership position, but he's not interested. So, yes, last 3 years was the worst. It affected him financially, it affected his stress level quite a bit, and it was strengthening him because he's not a small person. He is here to be more boisterous, to stand, um, using his leadership, and he's brilliant. He's a brilliant person. He should be using his brilliance and his education and his leadership ability to move forward. But him feeling he's a CEO, but company needs investments. But he has seen mismanagement of the money and of the financing or the income or who was getting paid. Maybe somebody was getting a big giant paycheck. They shouldn't have been getting a big giant paycheck, and it was being misused. So she's saying yes, yes, yes. So he has to take the rein back. Okay. She says, oh my God, yes, you're right. He needs to take the rein back. He has to take the power back. And that's going to happen in, drum roll, please. So the worst of it is over. Oh my gosh. It's still in play. So the worst of it is over mid-April. Mid-February. Mid-February. Whatever's happening in mid-February to the end of February, that whole situation is done. That whole situation is gone. That the boss is not there anymore, or he leaves the situation, or he will get the investment. Okay. Trudeau's not coming back. No, but I don't really care too much about politics. The investment part, he's going to start making negotiations again. There's a renegotiation of the investment parts in February and March, and there's a sudden unexpected opportunity for financial abundance and reward around this in May of 2026. Yeah, I'm in Canada. Okay. So I hope that answers your questions. Yes, I do see that he will get the investments during that time, but he has to go with a different approach. He has to take a different angle. He can't go by the way that what they want. He knows what's the best approach. He's just not standing up to them and going, you guys need to do this differently. He has to do that. Right? You are right, she says. And I'm going to pull a card for this man, and it says, what if it was easy? What if it was easy? Okay. So what if it was easy? It reads, it doesn't have to be hard. Call in the universe, the stars, the angels, and all the powers. Find the solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? Oh my God, this is so perfect, Star. Ask him that. If it was easy, would you have that conversation? Would you approach that boss? Would you send that proposal? Would you give them a little bit of a twist? If they came up to you and said, give us all your ideas, We're going to sit here. We're going to listen to you. We're here. We're all ears. Come on. Bring it on. Bring it on. He might need time to think about it. He needs time to process things, right? But he's smart when he can process it first. And then act as if you are supported. List 10 possible ideas for your soul's current calling and lean into ease. It's there. You just have to say it. And yes, it's there. And his destiny planet is in 0 degrees Aries. He is here to be a warrior, to find courage, to work together with people with courage, decisiveness, and independence. Okay, let's take 3 years ago, we lost everything, home, car, kids, school, and we became homeless. Aw, you poor thing. That's hard. I didn't lose everything, but I did lose the family type thing, but I gave up everything too. So I gave up the house and whatnot. Okay, but I didn't lose it. So you are the breakthrough. You don't need the breakthrough. You are the breakthrough. Join my manifesting group, Star. You're going to realize every day we manifest. And I love the name Star. So I'll have that up on my YouTube channel. You can see right now, I've already texted it there. I can't really add it here. But you'll see it on when you wake up tomorrow. It's Telegram. When you wake up tomorrow, you'll see it on my website at Ask Holly Hall. Join the Telegram group. I'm going to start posting stuff there soon. I'm really excited about it. We're going to look at Randy and okay. Thank you. Appreciate you. So much fun. Okay. What's a okay about? Hey, don't leave me hanging, girl. Don't leave me hanging. Okay. So June 15th. Good night, Star. Starlight, star bright. I don't know, that Madonna song just came into my head. June 3, June 15th. Okay. So you are asking, why aren't you a good provider? You thought you'd be a good provider. You haven't been a good provider. Let's take a look at what your money story is, because that is a legacy that you're carrying on from many generations, starting with your great-great-grandfather. Who's that behind me? This is the Buddha. That's the Buddha. I was born and raised Roman Catholic. God help me. And at 18, doing some research about the Roman Catholic school and system, I became and I was really devout Catholic. I became, I lost my faith in what is God, who is God, and I've just been constantly searching for what is it out there that is the all-knowing creator. I don't think it's the God that's in the book. So I've done a lot of research, the Bible, the Book of Enoch, and Buddhism is the one that resonated. I became agnostic, then I became atheist, but Buddhism was the one that resonates with me the most. And because it's not a belief, it's not dogmatic, it doesn't judge whatever your belief system is. And they are so true to their belief system, they're unwavering in Tibet. So yeah, that's my philosophy and belief system. So with Randy's going through a time right now where he is second guessing. Could have I made more money? Should have I made more money? Why didn't I make more money? And you're very good at making money. You can make ends meet. You are boots on the ground. Food's on your table, roof is over your head. The mortgage is paid off. You've gotten your elbows dirty, your hands dirty. You've gotten, your knees dirty. You've done everything that it takes to be a genuine hard laborer, hard worker, and you made good money. And there's a cycle that you're in right now that started. When did it start? Dun, dun, dun. It's starting now, actually. This is a 1-year cycle that you're in. Is it a 1-year cycle? Dun, dun, dun. No, it's ending right now. You've already been through this 1-year cycle. Get out of town. Where is it? I don't want that. I want 2025. So that means that this cycle, and what it is you're looking at, how can I slow down? Got it. How can I slow down? And you've been going through that since April of 2025. It's like, I can't slow down because my money story tells me that I am the provider of this family. I'm not important. Providing my label that I've given myself, the title, the mask that I put on is I'm a provider of the family. And you've done this in other lifetimes, many lifetimes. I am the workhorse for the family. I'm the workhorse for the king and the queen. I am the workhorse for my mom and my dad. I am the you've got your own legacy of being the workhorse. And in this lifetime, you did it again. It doesn't want you to do that anymore. So what do? You call in the shepherds and the paupers and the laymen, and which is basically your children and your wife and anybody else that's in the household, and you go, we need to do this as a team together. What can we do as a team together? How can we scale this down? And this is what's going to happen. This is what's happening for you right now as we speak in February. You have the opportunity to have a different job, for more finances and abundance to come in. And it might include a move. And that starts in April of 2026. That's a 1-year cycle. The next opportunity is in December of 2026 with another one in 2027. Let me see how that resonates with him. And then I got to let you guys go. Let them. Her brother is mad at her and she blames me. So I guess I have to let her have her feelings. Yeah, you do. That hurts. I know that's hurtful. But one of the things, I had a conversation with myself today. I do that often. And it could be dangerous, yes. Looking at volunteer services to offset my income. How does a volunteer service offset your income? You're volunteering. You're not making any money. I'm a little lost on that one. And you're instilling other people to help you within the family budget, within the family dynamic. You're not here to do it alone, Randy. So with Melissa, we have a public service stipend to serve the poor. Okay. I'm not gonna go against that one. I think that's honorable to do that. Melissa, the conversation I had with myself, okay, I remember, I'll circle back. The conversation I had with myself was that if I were to move into a brand new town where nobody knew me, I would talk only about them when I met people. Who are you about? How was your day? What was going on with you? What's your story? Are you interested in this? Oh, I'd like to hear more about that. I would give them very little information about myself. I would live in their world because people will form opinions of you. They will make stories up about you. They will decide whether they like you or they don't like you. They will treat you good or not treat you good. They will treat you like you're connected and you're close, or they could not be the furthest from you, according to who they are, not according to who you are. according to who they are. And you do the same thing. We all do this. So no matter what you do or what you say or how you act or what actions you take, it won't change how they think. It won't. In fact, if anything, it'll keep them stuck. Because when we have an inner dialogue due to what we need to learn, and we placehold people to be a part of that, the story that we've made up, we will look for validation. We will look for validation of, see, I knew you were like that. See, I knew you were going to do that. See, I knew that was going to happen. Good night, Melissa. Thank you. Thank you very much for this idea. But August and September is really good timing for you, Randy, and there is an extra income coming in. Because I don't need to perform, or because even if I do, they're only going to see one little version of who I am. And then they're going to make their decisions based on that. They're not going to know completely who I am. Even my husband, who I've lived with for 20 years, does not completely know who I am. He probably knows more. He does know more than anybody knows, by far. But even I don't even 100% know who I am. And that's the thing. We change. We label people and we change. We judge people, even though they might be changing. And I do it all the time. God forbid, if you do something that hurts me or harms me, which usually is a direct attack to me. That's about the only thing that is when you directly attack me about something you don't like about me, or you're mad at me about something, or there's something that I did or do that you don't like. I put them at such an arm's length. I don't even want to live in the neighborhood they live in anymore. I don't want to go to a party if they're going to be there. Like, I just don't. I judge them judging me. And there's a song. I love this song just because I love the words. I love the song too, but I just love the words. And it was like, if you judge me, then I will judge you too. And there's a whole bunch of other words to it. But that was a big one that stood out. And because it's true. If you judge me, most likely I'm going to judge you. AskHollyHall.com. AskHollyHall.com. Join my manifesting group, which is on, will be on my AskHollyHall.com website. I will be here Monday to Friday, every night. You're going to see me here soon. In 3 weeks, you're not going to see this background anymore. You're either going to see a virtual background, or you're going to see me in an RV, because that's what we're starting to do. We're going to start traveling on our way to Sedona, going to see Jimmy Church and my new agent. I got a new agent, you guys. Ooh, I'm going to be on more podcasts. Hopefully get a speaking gig at one of these events in the States. Anyways, I start that journey all our way all the way to Vancouver Island and back. But right now I'm in very, very, very cold Ontario, Canada. Thanks, Holly. I want to do a couple of years of American Vista, our home version of Peace Corps. Cool. That's awesome. Okay, everyone. Take a deep breath. You are a manifester. You do it every day, every minute of every day. AskHollyHall.com. Namaste.